I tend to like all the holidays because working 24/6, not 24/7, but it gives me always 2 extra days or usually someplace in the week that every once in a while that it lets you clear your head and you can't do your emails and you can't do. And I like the rituals and I love the singing and I love a lot of the rituals around it. But a couple that I like more than everything else, I love Sukkot. I think the notion of sitting in a sukkah and having your meals is the essence of this lack of entitlement. It's this notion of being here. We've just come from Rosh Hashanah. We've just had Yom Kippur. We've just had these very solemn days, and everything is very heavy. And you have these big meals, and you probably have your best china out, and all this. So, and all of a sudden you come in, and you're in this little flimsy hut, and the wind is kind of blowing, or in Israel it's a little hot, and it can be uncomfortable, and the sun is shining down on you. It's kind of coming through the thing, but it can be such a beautiful experience. My estimate, it's always a beautiful experience. And again, it's this notion of just realizing that not everything is that permanent. Sometimes you gotta take that step back, and realize that you're not entitled. And sometimes we do live in these flimsy little huts and these little booths. So I love that. I love Simchat Torah, which is the end of Sukkot. And I think it's this whole notion, again, of the beginning and the end. We end and we begin at the same time. I think there's something hugely profound in that notion. We never end and we never really begin. It's just it's continuous. Life is continuous, and it's continuous learning and continuous thing. I love that. Hanukkah we all love. How can I love Hanukkah, right? Hanukkah is just is great and is hugely special and is great. But the thing that I love more than anything else, I love the ceremony at the end of Shabbat, the Havdalah service. I just find that to me it's a special time of day. So you've just had Shabbat, and you've gone through this whole 24-hour period of not answering the phones, of not answering your emails, not even looking to see, and not watching television. If you're Orthodox, not watching TV, just sort of doing or however you spiritually handle it. And now you're at the end, right? So you have two choices. You could just say, well, 8:26, over, and turn on the TV. Or you can just step back a second and have that ceremony. Now, in our family, we don't rush through it. We kind of savor that moment, because I think that what we found is that it's just the beauty of that, just holding on to that last moment before your hand is itching to get the BlackBerry, You're dying to pick up the phone and talk to somebody. You want it, but you just you savor it, and you think about this separation between Kodesh and Chol, between the holy and the profane, between the Shabbat and the weekday, and you think about it for a minute, and maybe you take a little bit of that with you, right? So maybe again you just say, okay, how am I going to take some of this experience into my work week and change my work week and make it different and act a little differently? And again, whether it's to my wife, whether it's to my children, whether it's to my friends, how are you going to just take that and do something a little bit differently? So I find that to me is hugely powerful. This is my single most favorite thing. I just love it.